guys, I'll be doing a girls' night out makeup look. So first I have to make sure that the base is properly prepped and moisturized so it won't look dry and patchy after wearing the makeup for long hours. One important tip here is that as much as possible, use makeup that doesn't have flashback. Also, don't do what I did. I put my concealer first before the foundation because I was so used to putting concealer lang. I was actually choosing among these foundations, liquid or powder, but it looks like the powder was too light on me. So then I decided to use one of the closest shades to lock in the liquid foundation afterwards. I chose to use the matte two-way cake in the shade Fair Oriental. So as you can see, this is the comparison with porcelain and it is very white. So now I'm just using the All Day Liquid Foundation in the shade Silk. This is a full coverage foundation which I love since that's what I need for this look, but it's still very much buildable. It also really helped even out my skin tone and concealed my blemishes. Honestly, I'm surprised that this is pretty lightweight, so that's pretty cool. After that, I went ahead and used Fair Oriental to pat it on my under eyes. Then I used the Pro Brow Duo in the shade Pure. They actually only have 2 shades for this, and this is already the closest I could go for, which is still very brown. I just hope they'd release more shades in the future. Anyway, I used soap brows to make my hair look fuller and neat. To complete the look, I just used hair-like strokes to fill in the sparse areas, especially on the end. And then to really give that bold and defined look, I used the brow powder. Once that's done, I put concealer on my eyelids to prep for eyeshadow. I have 2 palettes here and I'll be using both of them. Using this shade from the Pro Play palette, I'm just gonna pat it on my eyelids as a base. And then this shade from the Pro Rich palette as a transition shade. I'm just putting it all over this part right here. It's where you find the eye socket. Basta that part. And then I also put it on my lower lash line. Then using this shade from the Pro Rich palette, I'll put it on my crease. This is gonna be my main shade and I'm just putting it on in circular motions. Now I'm gonna be combining these 2 shades from the Pro Rich palette again for the outer corner of my eyes for that more glam effect. So instead of black smoky eyes, it's this. Using the transition shade, I'm just slightly blending it together with the rest of the eye makeup so there are no harsh lines. Don't forget to use the same combined shades for the lower lash line. Now this shade from the Pro Play palette is cute, but it wasn't very pigmented and patting it on using a finger didn't do much too, so I used a wet brush to apply it on my lids and it turned out better. For the inner corner of my eyes, same thing, I used a wet brush and used this shade from the Pro Play palette as well. I actually wanted more definition but didn't want to use black, so I just used this shade from the Pro Play palette and I think it just made the look better. Now it won't be a girls' night out or glam look without that bold eyeliner, so I used this All Day Definer pen which has a really fine tip and it applies really well, so smooth. Whenever I smile, I have this line right here. I think it's a Chinese thing, so this is how I do my liner. I extend it a little bit from the outer corner and then do the liner as usual. I think doing this isn't hiding the eyeliner when I smile compared to just applying it from the outer corner. The tip is so fine that I can just use it to stamp a clean cut. Look at that. For my lashes, I'm gonna use this Pro Lash Define Waterproof Mascara which has 2 brushes, one for the top and one for the bottom. My tip for you is to run this mascara under hot water first because it can get a little clumpy. But I really liked how it looks so dark that it gave me instant glam, and this is without fake lashes pa. For my lips, I used the matte lipstick in the shade Taste of New York, and another tip is to use lip primer first to have a better glide because without it, it's gonna tug your lips like this. Since that's matte, there's obviously no shine, so I went ahead and used this Pro Vinyl Lip Gloss. It smells nice, it smells like lychee. I don't think it plumped my lips, but it definitely is shiny now. I just wish the wand gets more product. For my cheeks, I'm using Blush Rush in the shade Red Bomb. It's super red, it's kinda scary. I'm not used to putting cheek tint, but I think this one is pretty okay. I put some of the product on my fingers first and then removed some of the excess on my wrist, and then that's when I pat it on my face. I think it's pretty obvious how nervous I was because I didn't want to mess up my look. But when I put it on, it was really nice. It was pretty blendable and it wasn't that red. So as you can see, I actually added more. I put it on top of my nose as well for that sunburned look. And I think it really is pretty. When I swatched it, diba, it was super red, but look at it now. Going back to the Pro Play palette, I'm gonna use this shade for my contour. This one is a little gray, so it's perfect for that shadow effect. For my highlighter, I'm using the same shade I used for the inner corner of my eyes and just put it on the high parts of my cheeks and my nose. I almost forgot to contour my nose, oh my god, can't forget about that. You have to have a snatched nose if you want to look pretty with the girls. Now I'm just using a clean brush to diffuse harsh lines to make it more natural. And that's it. This is the final result, and this is what I'm gonna wear. If you guys like this video, please leave a thumbs up and leave your comments and suggestions below. Thanks for watching!